YouTube. Hopefully, you all had a fantastic weekend. I did. Got a lot of good things to cover with you. Sorry about the background. I'm in my kitchen right now. So we might have a little bit of noise behind us with Puppy or something. But hey, you like the new cup? I think so. It's a sharp cup, isn't it? You can see in my corner there, I got a red tall one too. Anyway, let's get after it. Let's get busy. This is our leadership Zoom. My name is David Rutz with David Allen Capital. If this is your first time here, keep in mind the Monday leadership Zooms are all about helping people who want to multiply a team, who want to impact and be a market leader, right? Not just introduce a few people. Tuesdays for team builders. Monday is more for people that have taken the leadership responsibility to influence others and to want to play a part of making an impact in other people's lives. That's part of what a leadership is. Leadership is nothing more than being an encourager and being a transfer of information that can help them, right? And being bold enough to do so. Being bold enough to do so, to correct, to course correct, not in a you're my employee mentality. No one joins DAC because they want to be an employee, but in a caring way. If you care enough about someone, you won't let them go down the wrong path. You'll encourage, you'll nudge them back onto the right path. If they're doing something incorrectly, you'll nudge them and say, hey, have you thought about this? Or I understand why you might be doing that. Or can you tell me why you're doing that so I can understand why you're doing that type of reach outs instead of what we teach? Or can you encourage me? Can you tell me a little bit of why you've decided to go inactive when you said you had goals to do A, B, and C and your activity doesn't match your goals? Is there a reason you're not doing that? Is there something you're struggling with that I might be able to help you with? So you're always an encourager. And and then you also have to know when someone's not the right teammate, right? If they're not going to do the thing to get the thing, it's not your responsibility to help them or to make them succeed. It's your responsibility to help those who are trying to succeed to do it the right way, to come alongside and support them, right? All right, so I've got an agenda for you today. I want to talk about it, but if this is your first Zoom, welcome. Just wanted you to know kind of housekeeping why we do the Mondays. Sometimes we bring plays here that, we've seen things at work and we want to spread it out to everyone in the company. So this is kind of like our leaders, well, not just kind of, it is our leaders' communication so that we can disseminate information out quickly. All right. So as I read my agenda here, keep in mind, it's not getting more people to do more tasks. That's not what it is. They'll do more tasks. It's encouraging they believe in themselves and see the value in the impact. If they see the value in the impact they're making in their community, if they see the value in the impact it can make in their home, if they see the value it can make on generations. I mean, if you set yourself up and you can quit a job, some people go, I don't need to quit a job. Okay, well, imagine how much more time you'd have with your family if you could. Imagine how much more freedom and flexibility you could travel and do different things or help other people if you could. And you would say, well, I've never even thought about that. Of course, you're going to have a job. Of course, you have to work every day. I'm not saying you don't have to provide, but sometimes the impact you can make can be so much bigger than what you've imagined because you have a different paradigm. A paradigm, your teams, I'm talking about. Some of you already broke out of this paradigm, the mentality or the paradigm, the model that says go to work, graduate, get a good job, climb the company ladder, stay on that same company. A lot of people realize after 10, 15, 20 years, they put the ladder on the wrong building, right? And they leave to another company, but then they realize it's just another building, just like their last one. And there's nothing wrong with that. Jobs are great. It's great to have a good job. I'd rather someone have a good job than no job, or a good job rather than a bad job, right? So that's great smarts. However, it's not the only model. It's not the only model. And a lot of people have learned you can work from home and own your own business, right? And that's a model that works. Now, it's not as guaranteed, but man, does it have a lot more flexibility. So maybe it doesn't have as much guarantee, but it's got a lot more guaranteed flexibility. So if you can figure out a way to earn the same income that you're getting from that guaranteed job and also have the guaranteed flexibility, that's a win-win-win. And so the impact we can make is so much greater than just a business funding customer. But that's massive because when a business funding customer, when you help a restaurant go from just getting by with 60,000 a month in sales and you help them get some funding of 50 grand, they invest it and all of a sudden they go to 100,000 a month in sales. Now the owners can earn enough to stay in business. Now the owners can be comfortable and actually take a weekend off and hire a manager to work or something, right? They can actually have a lifestyle. When you're just getting by as a business, you don't have a lifestyle. Your lifestyle is sacrifice. That's your lifestyle. That's why 6 out of 10 fail. It's the lifestyle is sacrifice until you get to your profitability that you can pay for everything. You can give that impact. You can give the tool. You can give that tool called working capital. So you're an impact, you're a communicator of impact, you're a deliverer of impact. Now, of course, you can earn significant money for doing that, right? So it's not about having your team do more tasks or more assignments. It's about you helping to instill your vision of impact into them. That's why I'm sharing this with you. How often do you talk like this with your team? Where's your platform to do it? Do you do a weekly Zoom for all your team to attend, just yours? Hopefully they're coming here, but some of them can't make it here live. Some of them don't watch this in recording. So do you have your own team Zooms? Do you do your own little team culture meetups in your town or on your Zoom? You need to, right? That's part of being a local leader is bye, hon. Being the local leader is taking care of your team. One of my daughters home from school is heading out. Okay, so a couple of little things real quick. These are updates more, but your team needs to know about this. Get the word out. If you were on Friday's call and we talked about overcoming rejection sensitivity, that's the number one problem with everyone in your team is a rejection sensitivity. They have a sensitivity to what might happen when they do this business. Rejection sensitivity. We did a training on it Friday. Is great reviews. Have had responses out to me throughout since and how impactful it was to people. So if you didn't already watch it, you probably did. But we sent an email out, an agent update email went out to everyone this morning. And in there's a link to that training from Friday, and it links right to where it starts. I think it's like at the 17-minute mark or something it starts, or the 7, whatever, but it links right to where it starts. They don't have to watch all the agent updates prior. Okay. So again, as a leader, your job is to get the word out. So make sure you're mentioning to everyone about that. Friday's training was really impeccable. And by the way, not all devices do this. My TV in my cozy room here, we call it our cozy room. That TV doesn't play on fast speed. My computer does. Every other TV in my house does. My phone does. They can watch it on YouTube and hit it at 1.5 speed or 1.7 speed. Just hit the little gear. There's a little gear icon in the bottom right screen. Click on it and change the speed if you want. Okay, and put it at 1.75. You can always rewind. That's how I watch all YouTubes. That's at least 1.5. Um, the social sharing guide got posted into the Agent Resource Center today. It's where the logos are. Under where the logos tab, we don't have a tab just for social marketing. The LMS will make it a lot easier to do some of these. But for now, it's housed where the logos are. That's kind of a marketing area. So social sharing guide, it got posted today. That's also in today's email, went out. So you're in the know. You know it went out today. All that is for people who have no clue how to share a post. It's not like a social media strategy. It's a social media sharing guide, just a little how-to. Okay. Tuesday and Thursday, tomorrow night, McGuire Tate and I are doing the 7:30 BizOp meeting. Thursday, Wade Cordell and Nick DeHamer are doing it. They're tag teaming Thursday. McGuire and I Tuesday. So those are going to be impeccable. Bring some team out. Your team etiquette has been fantastic in the chats, commenting, giving 777s, thumbs up. This is awesome. You know, that energy helps. So keep that flowing. It's a good to come and be engaged. Your etiquette actually helps raise the tide for all boats. Okay, so you don't have to be the presenter to make the meeting more impactful. All right, don't lie, but be engaged. Don't just sign in and go walk around and do your dishes and well, I'm there, I'm showing myself. No, be there. Actually be there. And if Wade says, "Hey, how many of you blah blah blah," or says something, you go, "This is awesome. I had a client who loved that part right there, or loved that renewal opportunity. They took advantage of a renewal." Or when you get to the trust pilot, yeah, one of my clients gave us a 5.0. I helped get to that 4.6. LOL, LOL, LOL. Whatever you want to do that helps stay engaged. All right. It's not a customer support area. Remind your team of that. All right. Refer a friend. Refer a friend in the DAC back office. This is can be used as a real neat tool for your team who will not approach people about becoming an agent. They're afraid. So as leaders, this is the primary thing I want to talk about today. I got a couple other things, but primary thing I want to talk about, and I want to show you a picture, is of let me share a document. Can I do that? Give me 1 minute. We're going to see if it does this. Zoom docs. Oh, I got to have it in the doc already. Okay, never mind. I thought I could share a picture here. Give me 1 more minute. Google Drive. It's not on the Google Drive. Okay. Well, I want to read an email to you then. This is a refer a friend email that is available in your DAC Resource Center. Now, the way it's set up for for them to basically send a referral as if corporate's reaching out to someone saying, "Hey, you don't know us directly, Tom, but you were referred to us by Brian. We asked Brian, who he may know of that he thinks would be a good fit, make an impact, help people. He mentioned your name right away. So we're reaching out to see if you have any interest in becoming an agent with David Allen Capital. DAC is ABCDEFG. And if you want to learn more, you can click this link here. By the way, here's a message that Brian sent you on why he thought you might be a good fit. Hey, Tom, the reason I thought you might be a good fit is you love making an impact, blah, 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 blah. And it's that simple. Now, the email is coming from support, but if they reply to it, it goes from support at davidallencapital.com. If they reply, it goes to your email. So they're not replying. Corporate's not the one actually going to talk to them. So you want to know that going in. If you're teaching this to your team, they're going to get the replies. Now, I will tell you, some people are afraid of that reply. They're afraid they're going to get replied to. So you can, in your message, and this is what I would teach for someone who's afraid of the reply, in their little message of why I thought of you, Tom. That's why I wanted to show you the image. Let me see if I can get this. Give me 1 more second. I'm going to put this into my Google Drive, and then I might be able to share it with you because it may make a little more sense. Okay. But basically, you can put the email address of your leader, you, in there in your comment. And then if they've got a question, if they want to reach out, you can ask them to reach out. Your downline could ask them to reach out to you or whoever the leader is they're working, if you're willing to do that, of course. So let me upload this image real quick. Okay, now let me see if I can share this. That way you can see what the email looks like, because it doesn't show it on the refer a friend. It's there, but it doesn't show you what it looks like. You could always send it to yourself, and then you could see. That's how I did this. I sent it to myself. All right, let me see if I can do this. I'm trying to be efficient for you guys. Can you guys see my screen right now?
We can't yet, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I can at least.
Can you see just my face?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bear with me 1 minute. I'm signing into my Google Drive. Connecting your Zoom Google Drive. Yeah, this is too sensitive. I just wanted to share an image. I used to be able to share an image on here. Maybe I'm thinking of another sharing program. But anyway, for sake of discussion, send an email to yourself. Go to refer a friend, put in your name, your email address, send it to yourself. And that way you can see what the email looks like. But there's a little area you can put a comment. And what I did is I put a comment in, hey, I'm working directly with Steve. Steve has said he's more than happy to get on a three-way call with you if you'd like to learn more, or you can reach him directly. He said you can reach him directly at his email right here, boom, or his phone number here, boom. So you could, for you, if you've got someone in your team who's just, they're not willing to approach people. And by the way, we're building this for funding as well. Right now, it's only for recruiting an agent. We're going to have one more that'll be for referring a funding client. It's not built yet. But so when you see refer a friend now, that is only for recruiting an agent. We're working on it right now. Hopefully by the end of the week, it'll be live. So that's how you want to use this, and you want to tell your team about it. I did not put that in the email that went out this morning because I wanted you to have an opportunity to understand how to best use it. So the way I'll use it is I'll talk to my team, and if they're a chicken, when I say chicken, everyone's got reluctancy. This is for the people that you're recruiting up. This is how I'd use this team. There are some people who they have no trouble recruiting people on their same level, or people who look up to them. Where they have trouble is people they look up to. People they look, and those people are the ones who are probably going to be able to be a little more bold talking to clients, be a little more bold recruiting teams, be a little more bold leading. So recruiting up is actually a smart thing to do. And I don't mean up in any other way except those people think you look up to them, or maybe you do look up to them. Those are the great people to send this to. I thought of you because I've always respected you. So in the message you put, the email's written, send it to yourself. I guess that's the training for today. Send it to yourself so that you can see what the email says. But then type a little message in and include an email address in that little message you put in, and you'll see that it's a live email. So as you send it to your prospect, they'll be able to email back. So this is who they want to use it for. The people they look up to that they're not going to call. They're just not calling them. They're not going to see if they're interested. But when they're referred as a highly regarded person, we ask them who they think of who might be a good fit, who could be a great leader with our company. They immediately thought of you. Now it's a compliment. So we're reaching out to see if you might have interest. This is how I always built my company as an agent. And I would be doing this if I were you right now. Now, this referral script helps because all we did was take what I did a lot personally and build it. This is how I built my company. I didn't wait for people to recruit people. Now, when I was an agent, a rep in other companies, it cost dollars to get started. So there was a good reason people didn't want to recruit certain people. But I'd say just give me 10 names of the people you think would be great at this business and why. Give me their name, why, and their phone number. And I would just call them, hey, Tom, you don't know me directly. I was referred to you by Lisa. Lisa just started working with our company. And we're a growing marketing company. We help make an impact with business funding. And I asked Lisa, who do you know that could really help our company? That's just a great leadership type, real good with people, is fully about integrity, would love to make a massive impact in the marketplace, helping business owners. Who do you know that would fit? Who just first name that comes to your mind? And Tom, they told me your name. Lisa gave me your name. So that's why I'm calling. She said you knew each other through college, and so I'm just reaching out. She said nothing but good things for you. So I was just calling to find out if you might have interest in checking out what we're doing, as either something to do on the side or something to do full time, because Lisa spoke so highly of you. That right there works. I have taught this 200 times in DAC. And most people who hear it don't do it. I was always in the top 10 recruiters. My team was for team growth just by using that and teaching that. Because you can wait for people to make calls themselves, or you could say, give me 5 or 10 of your top people that you can think of, and I'll call them. And every one of those who joins makes a lot bigger impact than the person who gave you the name, because they're recruiting up. They're giving you their person that they think most highly of. So Brian Hinman, you're on here right now. I see your face. Real quickly, just think, if I were coming to your town tomorrow and I said, listen, Brian, you and I are going to make one phone call to the person in your area that you think would be the best connector. I don't know if they may be super busy already. They probably are super busy, but they'd be the best connector in your church or your community or in your job. You got that person's name in mind? One person. Yep. That's it. Have you called them yet? Nope. That's why we do this, guys. That's why we do this. So, Brian, give that name to Wade Cordell. He'll call him. He's your upline, right? Done. And or put him into the refer a friend. Type that person's name in, and where it puts comments, just say they asked us to list the one most impactful person. I thought of you, so that's why I'm listening, because you've always been A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then send the email. Now they're going to reply to you, Brian, and then you set up the call. There's going to be a link in the email where they can go see it, where they can learn more. But I would, if I were you guys, your leaders, I would tell your team, hey, if you got anyone you want me to talk to personally, throw my email into the comment. I'd be happy to take their inbound questions. I'd be happy to. That's what you would tell your team. That's why you want to send it to yourself and put a little email in. All right. Because otherwise they'll be referring to the person. They may be a little afraid to answer it. So, and then they may not send it. So that's why I'm teaching throw their email in. But I would encourage you to do what I did a moment ago prior to even refer a friend. Get a name, list of 3 to 5 names, and call them for the person. Business owners that are fast growing business owners who you think could use our funding, but you're afraid to call. Give me 3 or 4 names. I'll call them on your behalf. You're the enroller, you want to do this. You're making 10 to 50% of what they make. They're not going to call without you. It may be good to help them get their first client under their belt. They can be on the phone with you. You can call together. So this is called field training. This is called encouragement. This is called onboarding, right? So just want you to know about the refer a friend. So a little analogy, a little perspective to have. We always want to provide a perspective and make sure we're all sharing the same perspective and repeating it out. Anyone ever been to a church service on Christmas? They give you a candle. Some of you have probably been to that, and I can't see any of you because I'm looking at my notes, but you go into the church and sometimes they give you a little candle with a piece of cardboard and a little candle sticking out of it, and it's not lit. And then y'all go sit in your seats and you got your candle, and there comes a time when one person walks out with one candle. They dim all the lights. I mean, if you want the most massive impact, you dim all the lights and it's dark, and you got one person with a candle, and that lights up an area. One little candle can light up a room. One candle can light up a room. It's not about the candle. It's about the impact that candle makes, the amount of light. And then it connects and they light one. And then that person lights the person next to them. And then they walk up the hall, and then, go up to the row behind them. And all of a sudden it just starts spreading, right? And before you know it, the whole church is bright from impact. I would ask you to consider the DAC is like that candle, in that business owners are failing by the millions every year. We talked about COVID and people with immunity boosters and all these other things. I don't fully understand it all. Just know that, a disease came through and people lost their lives. And then there were some people trying to come up, for the frontline care. There's people working endless hours, and politically you can think left or right, all kinds of different thoughts about all that. That's not the point of this. The point is there was a mass movement that the country came together to try to solve something, right? Or at least try to do their part to solve, whether it was herd immunity or isolation, or there was both strategies were being talked about, right? And the point is, there is no question millions of businesses are closing this year, millions, because they don't have access to working capital. 82% said no working capital is why I'm closing. 82% of all the businesses who close, according to the Small Business Administration. I didn't create that statistic, they did. And millions of businesses will close this year. They won't make it till January 1st. They need a rescue play. Others, probably just as many, are breaking even. They're not going to close, but the owner's going, listen, this lifestyle is not for me. If I can't take our profit from $5,000 a month, $5,000 a year to $100,000 a year, I don't want to do this. I'm working for free. That's more the people we can help than the ones, oh my God, I haven't paid my rent in 7 years, right? Those people, it's going to be hard to rescue that because they got a business that's not even covering their bills, right? So you can still rescue them if they have a little, something happen. But where your impact, where you can be a massive impact, where DAC can be a massive impact, where we can light up the entire country. I'm not talking about one candle, one person making an impact. I'm talking about the multiplication effect impact that you have as a leader. You have to be a believer that you're making an impact first and go be the candle for your town and recruit a couple other candles for your town. And this impact are the people who are going to bring the DAC funding solution to your community, to be the local agent who brings the impact to your community that saves those businesses and helps that business go from just getting by to making a nice lifestyle and having some time off. I've been the business owner, couldn't take time off. And it sucks. I've been a GM employee and didn't like it. And I've been a business owner who can't take time off. I'd rather be that GM business or that GM employee. Right? It sucks to not have a lifestyle because you're working 7 days a week and you're only making what you're making in your job or not even making that. But man, if you could have given me working capital and said, get creative, get some ideas, start thinking a little bit. You could have come in and made an impact on me. Let's go. Let's go. I got ideas. And that's why I wanted to launch this company, because I know the impact we can make. Now, I'm only looking for people who want to make an impact. We're only trying to add people to our business who go, yeah, I want to make an impact in my community, because then you want to be a light to the community. You want to go out and do it. And then as that multiplies and multiplies and multiplies and multiplies and multiplies, we become a solution. There's no one who can touch us. I don't think even our lenders are looking at it that way. I think our lenders are even looking at it like, well, I shouldn't say that. I can't say that for sure. But dollars and cents matter a lot. Dollars and cents matter to me too. But this is an opportunity to serve and profit for serving well. It's not an opportunity to profit on people who need us. It's an opportunity to serve those who need us and profit well for serving well. See the difference? So when you're out recruiting and you can think of that impact, you're not just lighting candles, you're igniting leaders. That was the bullet point I write. You're not just lighting, I'm like, what did I say? You're igniting leaders. That's what you're doing. You bring one person in who wants to make an impact. What they really are is an ignited leader, as long as you're encouraging them and helping them. Now, some of them are going to sniffle out. Some of those candles at Christmas, blew out. What do they got to do? Go relight. All right. And then they got to move a little slower to the person next to them. Right. It's going to happen. Not every candle is going to stay lit. But if you recruit with that focus, I want to find some people who want to be impact makers, who want to be the light for their town. And then I'm igniting leaders, which are going to multiply candles basically. And before long, also we got 7,000, 8,000 people who are focused on making an impact, not making a commission. The great commission is to go out and make an impact, and then you'll make great commissions. If that is what we've got joining our business, we've got a grant. No one can stop us. They might be as good as us, but they won't be better than us, right? Because you can't beat that. You can't beat a united group. The reason the U.S. military is so strong is we have people who are willing to do what we celebrated last Monday, right? They were willing to go give their lives to keep this America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, alive. They were willing to go start it in Declaration of Independence, and were willing to die. Farmers said, I'm done. We got to do this for our future. We got to do, even if I die, I got to do, that was an impact maker. And that's the pioneers who created America, right? And love it or hate it, there's a lot of stuff that could be improved, but honor it. Honor doesn't mean agree with. Honor it. We can honor what we've got. We can honor our leaders in because we're told to, right? The children of God, we're supposed to honor our leaders. The Bible says to honor our leaders. Don't have to agree with them or believe in them or trust them, but honor them. And we got to honor our mission here. Our mission is to make an impact. We're not honoring it if we're not doing it. We're not honoring it if we know it but don't share it. We're not honoring it if we're not recruiting people who want to be a part of it. We're not honoring it if we're not encouraging people to think this way and to be this way. And if they don't, push them off to the side. Well, you don't have to push them off, but let them go drift off. We're looking for the ones who want to go down this path on the great mission. So, final challenge. I know I'm a little long. Wow, I'm at 30 minutes. I know I started a little late, some struggle time. So, I always want to keep it 15 to then take questions. So I apologize. Final challenge. Identify 1 to 2 agents you have in your team now who might have a strong market that they can recruit up in, and team up with them and let them know you want to reach out to some people with them or on their behalf, um, as clients or as agents, and people like CPAs, accountants, people who are good referral sources. They're great ones for them to send that refer a friend to, and let them know, yeah, it's okay to put my email in. Yes, you're the leader. It's okay to put my email in and my phone number, and I'll talk to them directly for you. Or you team up with their enroller and you say, are you willing to take this call if they're willing to share, because they get there's someone they want to recruit, but they're a little bit intimidated by it. So strategize a little bit. Identify 1 to 2 people and try it this week. Try reaching out to some this week. Make some calls with them, or at least encourage they use the refer a friend. Send it to yourself first. Um, oh, also Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. We got to do it. We all got to do a better job at tagging people in the DAC Facebook page, texting them, reminding them, hey, don't forget, you got Tuesday night. You got anyone planning to come see McGuire and Dave tonight? They're going to rock it out. Or tomorrow night, are you going to plan to be there? Just simple ask. Do you plan to be there? Do you plan to have anyone? Who do you know? What's one person you can think of that you could reach out to? Or I could even reach out to on your behalf to see if I can get them to attend Tuesday night. Man, this is how things happen intentionally. You got to take the candle from your right hand and lean to your left to light it. It doesn't just jump, it actually goes. But eventually it starts to spread like wildfire. All right. That's it for today. Influence, share the agent updates, share the refer a friend, encourage the upline referral conversations, tag people for Tuesdays and Thursdays, but only recruit people who want to make an impact. Let's be really, really discriminatory on, if you're not interested in making an impact to help people, help business owners, you really don't fit our culture. You don't. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about discriminatory based on where you went to college or your age or your gender or your color. None of that. I'm talking about your intentions. Your intentions. What are your intentions? That matters to me more than all the pedigree. And it should for you too. If your intentions are to serve business owners and you want to only give them leverage to grow, then you're a great fit with us. Teach your team this. Make sure this starts to spread through your team if it's not already there. We've talked about it forever, but make sure as you're recruiting, you're leaning that way. Anyone doing the Tuesday and Thursday night presentations, we're making sure we're leaning that way. Our videos lean that way. Our business funding training leans that way. Everything leads that way. And hopefully you've watched the updated business funding training. It's live. Any questions from anybody? And I can't see the screen. So hosts, if you can help, co-hosts, if you can help call out anyone with their screens.
I don't see any questions right now. There's a couple of remarks in the chat.
Any questions in the chat that need to be answered?
There's one that I would like from Robert Ephraim, just to read it to you because I think it's really neat.
Okay.
He said, my light just came on. This is an opportunity to serve your community. This is not an opportunity that is here to serve you. Let's go and serve. This is life-changing. Thanks, David. Great Zoom.
Robert, I love it. Robert, I would just say, again, remember we said leadership, sometimes you hear something, you go, I agree, but let me just nudge a little. I would encourage you to say, I don't look at this as a way to impact me either, but I do look at it as a way to impact my family. So, yeah, it starts by your impacting your community, but this does impact your family positively or negatively. If you're not responsible with your time invested into it, if you're not following the training, if you're not doing everything we're talking about, and I know you are, this is just for everyone who said this is not an impact for yourself, but it is an impact for your family because lifestyle matters. My first, my first business, my lifestyle with my kids was different than now or than the last 25 years because sacrifice is a tool or sacrifice is something you're taught you must do to be a business owner. And although that's true, you can over sacrifice.
Mhm.
And so it's a responsibility to us to be responsible with our time so that we can make enough income and have enough flexibility to actually say no to work responsibilities to say yes to family and do both. And I can say that as a young man in my 20s, success mattered, success, business success was what was successful. Marital success, stuff like being a father, that was always important. But I've divorced. My first marriage, we divorced. We were high school sweethearts and we divorced because to me that wasn't as important as succeeding. And anything that was going to stop that succeeding, I was being taught is a hindrance. You got to be careful who you're married to. They could be a hindrance. And you start hearing all this stuff. And although you might have some negativity from your spouse, that's not a reason to leave that spouse because your business. And let's just say that as a young man, sometimes I didn't always recognize the mentors I was following were all about benefiting themselves and they were following the wrong beliefs. And when you're coachable, you do what you're coached to do. And so I would just say you do need to put yourself as a high level of priority of making an impact for your family and not hurting your family in this business. So if you do the right thing, lead with an impact to them. I think what you're saying is the priority shouldn't be you, it should be them, which makes it successful for you, which is the Great Commission is helping them. And then you make great commissions, which helps your family. So make sure you're thinking about those around you. The perspective is I'm going to have great flexibility, a currency of flexibility for my family, a currency called lifestyle of giving and flexibility and time and quality. That's what I get from this business. And my clients get opportunity to do the same with their family because I'm going to get them funding. We're going to help them grow to the next level and they're going to get the same lifestyle I'm going to get. We both get like the reason they own a business is to make an impact and have a lifestyle. They didn't start that business just to work all the time. They did it to make an impact in their community, maybe bring a different type food, ambiance or whatever, and to earn a lifestyle. And so we're going to help them get that with our funding and we're going to help ourselves get it with our funding. Yes. So I'm saying all the same message again. Any other questions or comments from anybody? I know we're a little long.
We had a couple in the chat asking where we stand with the certification training.
Oh, yes, thank you. I was working on several of the modules yesterday. So I'm hopeful they're all uploaded this week. So we're talking, the only thing that stops it is stuff that it's all on me. I'm the bottleneck at this point because I'm creating all the content. So I'm recreating it all because it's got to be in smaller sections and it's got to be set to go to then a workbook quiz. So it's being recreated. I accomplished several of them yesterday and I'll be doing more this week when we're not doing other pre-scheduled things. So I'm hoping it's all done this week. And then we'll add other modules thereafter. But soon. Thanks for reminding me to give an update. I should have given that anyway. Any other?
That's all I see. That's all I see.
All right, beautiful. Well then, guys, between now and tomorrow we have the team building training at 11:30. Encourage all your team to be on that. They're only going to be inspired. Hopefully you're seeing that by getting your team on these things. They're inspired. It's the local training center without you having to rent a building and having to do it all yourself. These are all things we used to do in our training centers live locally, and we had to do them all ourselves, and it was doing every city. There's nothing wrong. Do it if you want to, but until you have it, promote it. Until you have it, what? Promote it. Till you have it, promote it. If someone goes, hey, it's all right. They don't see it. Change their perspective. Nudge them a little bit. Hey, I understand if you for whatever reason don't feel you need to be on every Zoom, keep in mind it's a tool. I don't need a nail gun that's in my basement either because I'm not building anything, but I've got the tool in case I ever do. This is a tool. If you have a team and that team needs to increase their performance, they should be on the Zooms, don't you think? at least watching the recordings and being live if they can. And then, I mean, you got the founder of the company willing to take questions. You got pros who are getting on every day, willing to take all the questions that come in. That's a heck of a tool. Imagine if we didn't have it and you had a team and they all relied on you. So they are all relying on you if you don't promote that these exist. So promote that they exist, get our teams on, you'll probably increase your performance. Perspective management. That's we are as leaders. God bless you all. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll see you tomorrow on the 11:30 team building training. Got work to do. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you all. Love you all. And this is an active service for me. It's an active service for you too. Let's go find others who want to do the same and make a lot of money for doing it. God bless you.